One. What's up, everybody? This is another episode of Lazy Talks With, and today Lazy Talks with an IT director. This is my guy, brother. We grew up together. He's pretty much raised me, bought me things, taught me music. Jamie.
What's up, man? And you still have your hair.
A little bit of it. I had way more.
Dude.
Before I got back. Well, I got back here. I still had the hair, and then quarantine happened.
Yeah, dude,
And
quarantine.
the older I get, the more anxiety I get.
Okay, so it's not just me.
No,
Dude, because
definitely me too.
It's that, you're trying to balance having a life, but stay safe, and then being married with kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no one's going anywhere. Okay, stay in the house, and but like the reality is like you can't live your life like that, right?
No.
It doesn't work, dude. So Trump got the Roni.
So it's official.
I don't know. Dude, here's the thing, right? Like, you can never really tell with that dude. You know
No.
what I'm saying? Like,
And our government are good at keeping secrets anyway.
right. I mean, dude, for all we know, like, this could be like that Simpsons episode.
I didn't see the episode, so.
Yeah, so, or
Or
for those conspiracy theorists out there, maybe this is where Trump's evil clone makes his appearance. Don't know.
I don't know
I don't
either.
trust
I
those
have my
guys.
own conspiracy theory. I was like,
Okay, yeah.
if he does,
Let me in on that.
if he's not sick,
Okay.
they're saying he's sick, so they can just get rid of him because they tired of his crap.
Yeah, dude, so like that whole debate, man, like when he tells like the Proud Boys or what have you, he's like, stand down and stand by. I'm like, yeah, you really like letting it be known, like this how you rocking. Okay, got you.
That's one thing about him. He show you his cards. That's
true.
one thing you
This
can
is true.
appreciate about Trump.
Yeah, he's honest. The problem is he's an honest idiot. And like it's like, dude, there's like no way, like any president I think could have gotten away with the stuff that this guy has said, dude. Like,
But that's because the only reason he gets away with it is because of what I just said. He's shows his cards. He's not trying to play no perfect filter. This is me. Y'all knew this was me, and everybody that likes to rock with that type of person is standing in defense of him, and that's why he's gotten so freaking far.
I know, I mean, dude. I guess for me, it's like I didn't think that you had so many Trump supporters. Like I kid you not. Like when Trump won the election, and so I go on like Facebook, and I'm like scrolling through. I'm like seeing all these people like Trump, and I'm just like, wait, what? I was like, delete, block, delete, block, delete, block, delete, block, delete. Like, don't even talk to me at church. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just keep it moving.
It's weird because you see where the shop's at.
All right.
It's kind of hoodish. I could have sworn a week or days ago, back where we live, somebody had a Trump sign in their lawn. I was like, that's weird,
Dude. Man, I mean, I get it. Like, mind you, my disclaimer is I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. I am fiercely independent. I think both parties are evil, and I think they both pimp black people. Be honest with you. Like, I think that people have to make decisions for themselves. And I think that people need to do things like voting on the issue as opposed to like voting like a party line, right? Because, but
I am in strong belief that there should be a mulligan option when you don't like the candidates. Straight mulligan.
Dude, like I'm with you, but I kind of feel like at this stage, I feel like America. I feel like the meme. I feel like we need to be single for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think we need a president. I think we just need to just kind of see.
That's why I say pull the mulligan.
Right.
Pull whoever was in office at the time out of office.
Right.
And then let's just rock with the evil old heads that's already there, and let's show their faces.
Who are already kind of pulling the strings.
Yeah.
Anyway, right?
Let's put them on blast. Show their faces. Let's talk to them and see why they won't pass the laws that we need passed and the blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean, with Dude, I think we already know, man. It's greed, right? It's and I always kind of ask the question like, how much more money like do you realistically think that you need to make?
I don't know.
I mean, after you hit like that billion mark, I'll be honest. Like me, like if I hit like 6 mil, like I'm good. Like
I could probably rock half a mil pretty comfortably.
That's the thing, say because we know how to take it. And we're already flipping, like right. We're already thinking like 8 businesses. I'm like buying up all the abandoned trap buildings in the hood, and like in my mind, right? So yeah.
Plus, I don't want for much. PlayStation 5's coming. I'm gonna need me one of those, and then I'm good until next console. I do eat out every once in a while. Daily. I eat out a lot actually, but
because here's like who really cooks like now?
We would like to. We would want to.
In theory.
Yeah, but man, there's some good restaurants around here.
Yeah. Man, look, man, one of my coworkers like turned me on this place called Batch 13.
Oh yeah, Ariana had that today. We've been hip to the wave because of Talia maybe like months ago.
Shout out Talia. No, but seriously, man, like so they had this. It was called a blueberry cheesecake donut. Bruh, yeah, I was like don't
shh, don't tell nobody I did this.
Yeah, dude, it was amazing. Like I kid you not. But anyway, so
I don't even know how we got on that tangent.
It's just what happens when we get together, right? It's we try to kick the ball around. So man, you have definitely made a huge shift. And you're kind of talking about me and things I got going on, but I wanted to definitely take a moment, man, to tell you like real talk, dude. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Like your grind, your hustle, your determination, like all of those things that your dad like taught us, like in business with the magazine and at the paint and body shop. It's like you were off somewhere like Neo in the Matrix and you absorbed all that information and then next week, oh yeah, Aaron has got a business warehouse, he's just doing this whole thing. I'm like, whoa, wait, when? This was like right on the heels of after you had finished up at Full Sail, man. And so let me ask you this, like, what was that journey like for you?
I don't know. It's just a blur, bro. Honestly, because I can't see me doing nothing really normal.
Yeah.
So for anybody that feels like it's too hard to do something like what I'm doing, for me it's the opposite. Like it scares me more to do
the normal things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I totally get it. That makes sense. Because you basically taught yourself guitar. You literally went from plucking around to like almost a month later you're like shredding and like getting down to like Yngwie Malmsteen, and I'm probably butchering his name, but
I like him. I still probably butcher his name.
Bruh, man, what's the last time you picked up your axe, man?
No, I picked it up a couple times during quarantine. I was like, I might get into it.
I picked mine up and put it right back down.
That's basically what happened. Picked it up.
I think I plucked out like 4 chords, and that was just like, I was like, nah.
Yeah, I picked it up for like 3 nights in a row, and then it's been sitting in the living room. But as you said, there's been a shift in the company.
Mm-hmm.
So the owners are willing to sell this spot.
Whoa, okay.
So if we can think of a decent price, and then we're still supposed to be moving on.
Yeah, to the Florida
location.
Yeah.
I think I want to turn this into all-encompass studio. So
photo,
photography, film, music, art.
Let's get it. I can probably get you sweet setup. Help you kind of pad things out.
I think that room over there would be perfect for at least a voice room.
Yeah. Recording.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Drop some albums.
Yeah. I already got the desk over there. Feed the wires through. Put the engineers section right there.
Well, I said all of my equipment.
No, I'm sure.
So let's do it. I'm with it.
You told me like a month or so back, let me know if you're leaving. So I was gonna let you know that they were willing to sell.
Okay. Okay.
Because I've even talked to another friend, instead of like pulling the big ticket to by itself, why not go in like-minded individuals, and then it makes it cheaper.
See, and man, that's how we get things done. Like it's through partnership, collaboration, I think probably like one of the mistakes I know I made like early on in business was like I tried to do too much like on my own, and when you try to do a lot on your own, it becomes difficult to scale, right? Because like I read this book, man, Peter Drucker, right, and he talks a lot about business and going to the next level. One of the things that he said was like if you don't have employees, then you really just own a job. You don't really per se own a business.
And right? That's the lesson that I had been learning and was starting to stop hitting my head before quarantine. But then quarantine happened and I just had to like come
like I'm serious, but like quarantine just like quarantine like beat everybody up, dude. Like I'm serious. Like I talked to like two of my friends, one of my buddies, he's like, dude, I have relapsed, and I'm like, dude, like wait, how? I was like, dude, quarantine, bro, 2020.
Quarantine took my hair.
I can't lie. I can't say.
Quarantine happened. We were stuck in the house, which I'm an omnivert.
Gotcha.
That leans more on the introverted side of anything anyway. So like I enjoy being at home, but our home at the moment is kind of small.
Yeah.
We had 4 dogs. We have a kid, and then have my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm not really a claustrophobic type of person.
But after a while.
Yeah, but after a while.
I need you to just go somewhere.
Yeah.
And where are you going?
The dogs like following you. The kid like following you. My girlfriend loves me, so she likes to be on me.
The whole time.
Not all the whole time, but.
The majority of the time.
60-40.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'd like tell my wife, like, babe, like, go upstairs. Just, I love you. That's going to change. Love you, Toy. I do.
So yeah, after all that, I was like, something has to go, because at the same time, I had locks.
Yeah.
The locks would, if I didn't have them tied up, instant relief. Down.
They were getting heavy.
It's not even the heavy.
Okay.
I just felt like I was in the box.
Wow. Okay.
So I can't. It's like a horse with blinders. I'm pretty sure that probably gives horses some type of anxiety. Well, it's supposed to help them focus to walk forward, but I just felt like I constantly had this like presence on me.
Yeah.
So I turned over one morning. I was like, I'm ready. And so T cut my locks.
Wow, dude. Yeah. So like, are you gonna keep them, or did you trash?
I don't know if she trashed them. I said I was gonna keep it if which usually when I make big decisions, there's no turning back for me. If I made the decision, it's final.
Yeah.
So I decided to keep them. I know she trashed them once. We pulled them out. I don't know if they got trashed yet, but at this point, I honestly don't even care.
I was just curious because, like, they say that, like, whenever you cut your hair, like, you're actually supposed to burn it.
Yeah.
Like least your enemies gain hold of it. And this is Louisiana. So, like, people do, like,
voodoo.
I'm trying to tell you. Like,
yeah, I had thought about, like, donating them to somebody that, probably could use it.
I can use some edges. Remind me, dude. Yes. All right. So, man, like, what's next on the horizon for you?
This right here. I created this podcast, and I've been trying to stream more. I became Twitch affiliate, so
okay.
Now
tell me about that.
I can now get paid on Twitch for whatever we do on Twitch.
Oh, sweet, dude.
But now it's the podcast. I'm trying to see how I can bring value to others.
Yeah.
Via, I guess, social media, which is something that I've always wanted to do with the Lazy Nerds brand anyway. Let's get us out there doing content.
Yeah.
To one, help push the brand, but
at the same time to kind of, inspire and encourage others. Which I think is what you're doing, man. And I think that, with that, the biggest thing that I've seen is we live and we are like we produce what we are. We replicate what we are. And so I don't think that, I was saying all that to say this, I don't think that that's going to be difficult for you, because that's literally been like your life's mission. It's kind of something that's like been embedded in your family, like on both sides, right?
That's the only reason I do this stuff.
Yeah.
To be quite honest, I only work so hard so I can eventually be like, y'all can quit. Let's just chill. Yeah. Let's have fun for the rest of our years. Because other than that, I literally would be happy with the newest console. I doubt if I was by myself, I doubt I would need more than 40 grand a year to survive and be happy.
Gotcha. So man, so check this out. All right. So in this like whole age and society of like the whole over consummation of things, right? Where like everybody's like, they're so materialistic and I got to get this, I got to have that. So like, and him sitting here like listening with you've chosen to embrace a life of simplicity, right? And like, is that like that's like life? Is that like life philosophy for you? Did that come from like life experience? Did it come from just you just said, you know what, man, screw this. Like I don't really need as much as I think I do in order to like really be happy. Like I guess my question, like, how did you arrive to that place?
I'm a type of person that lives in his head.
Okay.
So throughout the years of getting beat up to reach the point that I have reached, you kind of have to self-evaluate anyway. when you taking some lashings, like, do I really need X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
So I've come to the self-realization that I personally don't need it. Wow. I just do it, one, because it is fun to see myself grow.
Yeah.
It's fun to surprise myself on what I can and can't do. Like last couple of days, I've been streaming art live on Twitch.
Oh wow!
The fact that I dropped art in high school.
Because high school, I know you were music, football.
Football, and I took an art class because I was like, oh yeah, I want to do art because Brandon was a real good artist.
This is true.
So that inspired me to want to do art. I got an art class. They didn't let me do the art that I wanted to do, so I was like, drop. And then I started this. I'm like, I really need to get better at it. And then with me, I don't really still consider myself an artist, but
I think you are.
I am, but there's some levels that's some personal milestones and levels I want to reach that I am seeing that I'm getting there through these streams. I'm like, oh, I can look at this. And for the most part, I'm not having too hard of a time now since I've been practicing so much.
Yeah.
Pulling it off.
Man, so like, have you looked into, I guess, and I know I'm probably going to butcher this, but like, more of like the, like 3D,
not ready for that.
I got you.
I want a 3D printer. T wants a 3D printer.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
like it's crazy because like they we bought two like at the school, right? And so like, of course, being that I'm at a STEAM school and kids are like always looking for like the latest and the greatest to do. I mean, they're like looking up like how to build like ARs and stuff. It's kind of like, wait, no, dude, wait.
Technology can sometimes be meant for innocent things, but as human beings, we will pervert.
We find the way. We find the way to make it destructive in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? And so it's like,
hey, I have this apple, but can I kill somebody with it though?
I can poison the apple and feed it to you.
It's like, bro, come on. It was a nice, delicious apple, but now I gotta be a killing machine?
Yeah, man. Poison like death by apple, dude. That put a way to go. That would suck.
I would use it on my enemies.
Because no one ever suspects an apple, right?
No. At this point, with so many stories, they should. But for some reason, they like women are more likely to use poison than men.
This is true, and this is true.
I'm like, you shouldn't have told me that.
So now it's like, so now you're like, did you really bake that cake for my birthday, or did you bake it for my funeral? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you can see it sitting there like, can it be both?
Can it be both? Like, can it not? Can we not do that? I want to live, you know? Yeah, but I guess it would make sense. I guess because the fact that women tend to be more strategic and psychological, right? And so they probably tend to lure you into a sense of openness, right? And whereas like guys are just kind of like, nah, I'm gonna kill you. Like I'm gonna beat you up, and like I ain't gonna poison you.
I'm a small man. I'm 5'5". I am out of shape. I don't play football no more. I gotta do things the way that my body will allow me to do things without being out of breath.
Walk, in other words, they're tool. Walk softly and carry a Glock.
My favorite one of my weapons is the AR, because that means I don't have to be. We don't have to be face to face. I can be off somewhere
and just not. Yeah. So let me ask you this. So like, do you like it chambered in 308, or do you prefer it chambered in 223?
I haven't even got, because I remember that time we went and I shot your. What did you have?
Dude, I don't remember. I had a rather extensive collection.
I'm sure. I want one, but Trey is 4, and he.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There may have been an SK. Yeah, Chinese knockoff.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I honestly, I have to shoot around with those to see. Right now, I just have that 22, which is just a fun gun.
Hey, I mean, but here's the thing: like, people like sleep on a 22.
Yeah, it still kills somebody.
Dude, like, it can do a lot of damage. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have like a whole lot of knockdown, but
but it's fine if I'm hitting you right in your head and I hit you in
right.
the same spot 5 times.
That's a wrap.
I think you're gonna wake up in the next dimension.
See you to the under God.
Yeah, God, heaven, next dimension, the Matrix. You won't be on this.
You won't be on this side.
Yeah,
is what he said. Wow.
Yeah. Plus, they don't make as much noise. So I don't really understand the carry a big stick and make it loud. Like, man, I'm trying to.
This, wow, because you kind of hit on something, right? Because because that's kind of like a nice segue into like how technology has like changed the entire landscape, and also how now it's changed, like warfare and war tactics, right? So like, now like the new wars aren't the conventional bang bang shoot shoot. Now
drones.
Now it's drones, and it's also it's hacking, right? It is it's using more so counterintelligence, and like, for example, like when President Obama was wanting to stop like that nuclear reactor that Iran was doing, like they developed a virus, right? Yeah, no, I'm serious. Like,
oh no, I'm
yeah, and so like it wasn't a we're gonna go in there, we're gonna bomb them. Nah, it was the use of IT, and
this is why I'm more scared of Civil War than anything.
Okay.
It's like we have no real chance. I feel like.
Okay.
Because y'all not even playing fair. If we gonna go all outside and get on the playground and use sticks against each other, then we might have a chance.
Okay.
But if y'all over here using all this like sophisticated technology and viruses and stuff, it's like, well, technically before the war starts, y'all can just pollute the water system and we just be done.
Yeah. So unpack that for me. See, like when you say like Civil War, you talking like there's this whole thing that's kind of going on with, like the white nationalism, or we're just talking about just like
if we all just decide the government's bullshit and just try to uprise.
Well, they are. They
Yeah,
definitely are.
If we all got in the hive mind and decided that, and we wanted to be, okay, yeah, we're dismantling you guys, and we're willing to fight you guys for it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's an unfair war.
Yeah. It.
Unless the brainwashed people aren't actually brainwashed, that work for them and decide that they want to go play for the humanity.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing, man. Like humans are so.
I feel like this podcast is something just starting to turn off into something that
Dude, like,
just be a weekly thing.
Yeah, this is like definitely like, but it's cool. I like it because it's
rambling with Jamie and Lazy.
Yeah, it's authentic. So
yeah,
I'm with
that was the whole thing in this thing. Anyway, Lazy Talks with. We can go into whatever, but eventually we still gonna go into the meat and potatoes of why we're here.
Absolutely.
But
ooh, I think gonna be a trip.
But until we get there, guys, let's just take the ride with us. Have some fun.
Yeah.
Grab some popcorn. Chill out.
Yeah, definitely. So, but yeah, so like the human nature is so fickle and so easy to manipulate, right? So I feel like people know like what's right and what's wrong. Like, prime example, okay, like let's look at Donald Trump, okay? Like I just choose to believe that most people know that this guy isn't a good person. Mm-hmm. But if he's saying things that empower people who look like you, mm-hmm. then it's because of human nature, right? It takes a lot to almost kind of deny a privilege, right? Because mm-hmm. people constantly talk about, the concept of, white privilege and things of that nature, right? Mm-hmm. But that's somewhat difficult to deny if we're honest, right?
I believe so, because I've heard people say, yeah, white privilege don't exist, but as a black man, I have black privilege. I can go in certain places that you can't go into.
That you better not going. Like, yeah, it's just like...
I can do that. I've sold at many of different places, and I've had people buy from me just because I'm black. That's my privilege.
Yeah.
So, to deny that there's no such thing as white privilege, we all have privileges.
To some extent, right? Because we can look at patriarchal privilege, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and being a man, right? And that there's certain... And that's, definitely something that that exists, right?
If your kid... and my kid came to me and said, y'all hungry, and I only had a little bit of food. Granted, I'll probably split the food in half to feed both kids, but ultimately, I would definitely be feeding my kid more.
Because my kids eat, so I wouldn't even have to step into that situation.
Yeah, that's the privilege that... I didn't mean your kid. Your kid is my kid.
We're using an analogy here, brother. Yeah. We all gonna be eating together.
But if it was the end of the world, and I'm gonna feed my kid, that's his privilege. He's my seed.
It could very well be there. Like, dude, I mean, every time we say 2020 can't get any crazier, something else happens.
Yeah, like
I didn't want to say
the president getting coronavirus.
I mean, but the dude walked around with no mask, said that coronavirus doesn't exist, said it was gonna go away.
That's the irony.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, that
really is
the sheer definition of irony. If you go look up irony in the dictionary on the internet now, it should have a picture of him.
Donald Trump and coronavirus.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he just swore up and down, and so now he got that wrong.
Yep, him and the corona has entanglement.
Right. Yeah. So I just don't know how that's gonna go. Yeah. I just folks, are you praying for the president? Like,
I don't like our options. That's all I gotta say.
Dude, I'll be honest because
I didn't like our options last presidency.
Like, I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, Joe old as hell, bro. I mean, let's just be honest.
They all old. That's why I don't. That's why like.
And I don't trust Kamala.
Everybody's old. That's why I was like, why don't y'all just switch this to a younger generation that actually understands us?
It's power, man. It's power. That's what it's. I mean, honestly, dude, like if we really want to get things like done in this country, fire everybody.
That's what I said years ago.
And like just put regular, everyday people in there. I promise you.
And give them regular, everyday salaries.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, why should you make like $170,000, as a sitting U.S. senator? For why?
Especially if you don't have to invest in that money to make it.
Exactly.
If you have to actually put the money in to invest it, then I'd be like, cool. Well, you doing more.
Yeah. I mean,
but if you're just getting this capital,
because a lot of them do, like those guys who. I can do that.
I know, right? I had to earn that type of money last year. And where is it?
Invested in the business.
Exactly.
Right.
It ain't liquid cash. Yeah.
So for all you entrepreneurs out there who are like, yeah, I'm going to go and I'm going to make $100K, let me tell you something right now from personal experience. $100K is not $100K.
Yeah, it's probably
like
40,
taxes,
50.
taxes.
And taxes.
Did
he say taxes?
And business insurance. And
equipment.
Equipment, inventory. So
stress therapy,
accountants.
I need that.
Taxes, bro. Like
employees, if you're smart.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm getting smarter every day.
I'm telling you, man. It's definitely it's a growing process. The whole entrepreneurship journey, man. But there's something I realized, and you correct me if I'm wrong on that. Do you believe that everyone can be an entrepreneur?
If you can get out of your own way,
okay,
sure. And the reason why I believe this, because my first year doing this business, I made minimum wage. I added it all up. I'm like, oh, that's minimum wage.
Uh-huh.
If you're gonna be working minimum wage anyway, why not work for yourself?
Right.
So, and then the year after that, I made a little bit more, and every year I just keep making more. So it's unless you just kind of don't have any like drive at all, then maybe not. But if you have some drive to be passionate to do something that you love to do, I feel like everybody can be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I think everyone can. I think it's just
There'll be levels.
Yeah, there are different levels to it. I think people should focus on, if you're not going to be an entrepreneur, I think you should definitely be an investor.
Yeah.
You know,
which I think we're probably on the same page.
Yeah.
For this. Everybody mentally could be an entrepreneur if they wanted to.
Right.
But would the economy could the economy handle it? No.
Yeah. Wow. See, now you're bringing up a point, because like, I don't think this economy was ever designed for everyone to operate as an entrepreneur.
It couldn't, because only way we could do that, if everybody was an entrepreneur, only kids be working to everybody would be, nobody would be consumers, nobody would be workers. So that's why everybody couldn't be entrepreneurs, because you still need employees until we get to the robot.
Which, please understand, that is a whole lot closer than people like realize.
I'm not getting chipped.
Well, me either. I'm just saying. I ain't taking no mark of the beast. I'm like, nah.
If I get chipped, I have to have a whole team that who created this chip with me together, and I'm still looking at everybody sus, because you can be paid off.
Yeah, man. Like I don't know about that. Now I saw something where like in Sweden, and where they were like, they had implanted like a microchip, and they were like using it to open doors in their safe in their house and the whole. Now I was kind of like, yeah, I'll just use my keys.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, man.
For me to be on the grid that hard, nah. You can't never disappear.
Yeah, man. So what are your thoughts about, like, you know, I guess privacy? We've been hearing like some of the things like how invasive like Facebook is, and Google.
I typically don't care if you're not taking my money.
Gotcha.
If you just want to know where I'm at, for the most part,
just ask my wife. They want to know where I'm at. Just ask my wife. Like, Joey, where's Jamie?
Yeah, if you want to know where I'm at, you want to be in my conversations. I'm not creating a uproar.
Yeah.
So I don't have no reasons to be watched.
Yeah.
But if I was trying to, you know,
if you
create
had
civil war or
right,
something, then I'll be worried. But the thing I would say when people had their when I was in school in Orlando, everybody had pieces of tape on their laptops, because like the government can hack in and blah blah blah. I'm like, what makes you think you're important enough that the government cares about you like that?
You know what? You made a point.
Everybody was school.
Doing it's like
getting an education.
You are broke college. Like,
yeah.
I never thought about that.
You're not Saddam Hussein.
Right.
You're not plotting mass destruction on the world.
Right.
Why do the government care about me looking at porn on the internet eating Cheerios? They don't. Would you want to see that?
Nah.
I don't want to see that.
Good on that. Just get a good VPN. So I can tell you. Get a good VPN.
This episode is sponsored by, I wish.
Right.
One day.
Sponsored by IP Vanish. We need to reach out to them, man. Get some of those sponsorships in, man, dude.
But yeah, when it comes to privacy thing, it's maybe once I hit that tax bracket, maybe I'll care. But right now, it's like I don't feel like I'm important enough to care about them trying to care about me.
Hey, look, if I'm not important enough for my own folk to like call and like check on me, be like, oh, here's a lie, all right, we're good. Then yeah, I'm not really worried about that, you know, because I mean, at the end of the day, dude, like, there's really no such thing as privacy.
No,
You know,
especially not in this day and age.
yeah. So it's an exercise in futility. You know, it's like your dad would.
The worst thing you get of these devices listening to you is an ad that you may or may not need it in the first place.
So now, I was late to that. I was like, wait a minute. I was just talking about this. It just pops up on my phone. Like, now I started realizing that I would just talk about like random stuff. The next one was like an ad or something about it on like Google. It's like, man, like wait, like.
Kid you not, 2 years ago, talked about Hooters, drove down the road, pulled up Facebook, I got a Hooters ad. I'm like,
they got great chicken, man. Maybe because I'm hungry. They got great chicken, man.
Yeah, it is what it is. If you want to intrude on my privacy like that, whatever. Because I'm a business owner too. That means I also will be able to use those tools to further my business. So,
yeah, like that'd be a dope shirt though. Tracked by the government. $20, man. Man, so like, let's talk things in terms of like local here, Baton Rouge. Like, having lived in Orlando and then coming back here, like how do we make Baton Rouge, just your thoughts, a city where like the average person isn't like 50 years old. No diss, I'm just saying.
Put shit here.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like
put shit here. Change the taxes. Make it cheaper to live here.
Yeah.
Just make it fun. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, I mean,
we already have two things that people deem stupid fun anyway. We have New Orleans and we have LSU. We have the party school, and then we have the party city.
Right.
Just make it expand and make it cheaper for businesses to come down here and sell. And I feel like that would create jobs. Two, if you want younger people in here that's doing things, do that. They gave those tax breaks for the movie people,
and then they took it away.
Yeah, they came down here.
Yeah, man. Like, I kind of felt like during that time, man, I was like, oh yeah, like definitely. I felt like Baton Rouge was going to be like was going to, in essence, do what they did in like Austin, Texas, right? In terms of like that whole like film and media. We had been labeled as like Hollywood South.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's so much like,
and that was something that definitely would make me proud too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, we're being forward thinking.
Yeah, as opposed to away from Baton Rouge. Oh, yeah, it's what, about an hour outside of New Orleans? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you.
Which I don't understand why stop the tax breaks. More people are here, more people are spending money. That means more taxes are getting generated,
and they could,
which means
if you're
already still in taxes, because you
cut us a little something on the side.
Well, but it's like if you're giving these breaks, but the city is generating more taxes.
Yeah.
So if you're already stealing money, that means you have more money to steal.
I like and at least, at the very least, they could take that money and kind of like do a better job of reinvesting, like in terms of like public schools and fix the roads.
You could do all these things, but you also could have not done these things, kept those tax breaks on those things, and you would be making more money. You would have more money to steal. So I don't even know how your greed is working, because if I was greedy, me would be like, well, yeah, I'm gonna give these tax breaks, I'm gonna get more people in, then I'm gonna steal 2 or 3% more than I was already stealing, and I didn't even have to do much. Well, see, I didn't have to fix nothing. I didn't have to sign no bills.
But here's the problem. Like, see, Baton Rouge, and like a lot of these greedy leaders in politics, they've been backwards, right? So yeah, so they steal from the poor and give to the rich instead of stealing from the rich and giving to the poor.
You don't even have to steal from the rich. You can just steal from the average people, or just steal from us all. I think it would be easier.
I agree. So, man, we have gone so far.
I could be a terrible politician if I wanted to be.
Man, dude, from the looks, it doesn't look like it's that hard. Just become a really good professional liar.
I'm not lying. I would probably be straight up with you guys. I would be like, yo.
So you would bust a Trump?
Yeah.
You'd be like, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, y'all been like, well, Aaron said, I'm a drop taxes for people to come in with movie. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take my cut for being smart and generating more money in here. Since I help generate more income in this city and state,
yeah,
I am going to take what I am owed for putting it in place. And then when you put it in that place, if you put in those type of words, we'll be like, well, he did do that. He did work for us.
Escort for president, man.
Please no.
You got my vote. You got my vote.
Please.
I'm gonna vote for you. I'll be your campaign manager. Okay.
Because honestly, with the way I'm talking anyway, it's kind of the reason of this podcast. We all help each other.
Yeah.
We're all going to generate more income, which in return means I get more income.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't really even have to be greedy. You can help others get what they trying to get.
Yeah.
And then be like, yo, can you give me some revenue out of that from helping you out?
Yeah, man. That's one of the things, man. That your dad really impressed on us. Because I would literally sit up on the table that we're talking about. Victory Graphics. Shout out Aaron Escort Senior. Shout out Edward Wisham. Those gentlemen were super influential in really helping me to shape my mind about opportunities that are out there. In fact, had I not been introduced to IT and computers by Ed, I probably wouldn't be in IT at all.
So even though it took us a minute to get there, that's basically the origin story.
Right.
Ed is our youth pastor.
Yep. He's a great guy. He took his time and showed me. I remember him saying, he said, look, if you're not quite sure, what you want to do in life, and you want to put yourself in a position where you better make, really, really decent money, look in IT. And what attracted me to IT, was I remember I was working at a call center. So on the phone, I noticed all the IT guys were always walking around, or they're in their office, playing a table pong, or it seemed like they were always just kind of laid back, chill, not doing anything. And that was partially true and not true, because
they're there to put the fires out.
Yes, and you better believe when it's chill, but when it's
Red October is Red October.
Yeah, dude, and and so it was a dope balance, but that's kind of what attracted me to it. I was just saying, man, look at those guys, it's chill, and they knew so much, and they were kind of in a position to where they had downtime to kind of explore other hobbies, other kind of different things they want to get into. Plus, they were always the guys who were in the rooms for what was happening and what was going on within the company. So for me, I got to learn a lot about just business operations in general, because the IT piece was always connected to it. And so I remember one of my one of our network engineers, she was senior network engineer, she told me a long time ago, she said, if you learn the technical side of the business, then you'll learn the actual business side of it, right? Because the technical piece and the day-to-day business operation side, all work together, and they work together in sync. And so, I had the opportunity to learn about, how state contracting goes, and how guys were able to get, contracts for $2 and $3 million, for, basically generating reports for the state, and it was, 100% legal, in order to do that. And so, so that's kind of how I got into IT, and then, as you continue in it, the money got better. You learn, you get the certs that you need, and you're kind of exposed to different training. And so,
what kind of money are we talking when we started off?
Okay, so here's the thing. Help desk money ain't that good. So help desk money is probably
that's usually IT starting point. Help desk.
Yeah, that's maybe between 14 and maybe $16 an hour. Okay. It's and so
that's still not terrible around here. If you have a modest living down here, that could be nuts.
Depends on your taste. You know what I'm saying? Do you want, filet mignon? You want hamburger steak? It just kind of depends. But as you continue to grow, once you start getting into networking, and you start getting into DevOps, right?
What's help desk anyway?
Yes.
I don't think I know.
Yeah. So help desk, think of that as kind of like, hey, I can't print.
Okay.
Like, hey guy, fix it. Right. That's like your help desk.
Your everyday tech problems.
Yeah.
That your grandma couldn't figure out because.
Yes. Yeah. Like all you people who call it like, I can't remember my password. That drives us crazy. Like we hate that. Like we hate that. Don't do that. Write your password down. All right, sorry, like shameless IT rant. And those of you who listen to this in IT, you know exactly how I feel. Or when people tell you that, oh yeah, I restarted my computer, and then you actually look and you see that they didn't restart it at all, they just lied to you. So that's not just say, hey James, you on your way down to look at this? Yeah, I'm on my way. Wait for me.
I've been that guy a couple times. I forget my password a lot.
It's
not my fault.
Like after so many times, I would just start like, I wouldn't let them. I would like force it and like actually change. Like this is what your password is, and it would be something like remember your password. You know, like seriously, remember your password like 1, 2, 3. You know, because it would get annoying like every morning. It would always be like the same people, or like my monitor won't come on. Is it plugged up? Yeah. Did you check it? Yeah. And you go back there and it's not plugged in. You know what I'm saying? Like it's stuff like that. Or
that is a comedy sketch. That is not real,
dude.
That is not real, right?
No, I'm
fake news, right?
No, I'm being very honest with you.
Oh my gosh.
One day.
Oh my god.
one day I'm gonna like pull like a list of like the top 20 most ridiculous things.
You have a log of it?
Yeah, I do. Because like, and this is, you know, like in IT, we laugh at y'all like when y'all do like dumb stuff like that. I'm just being completely honest with you. We go to the office and we're like, oh my god, and this person is in charge of what? Yeah. Just being honest. It's gonna be a very honest IT conversation. Anyway, so yeah, so you kind of start like help desk, and then from there,
How do you go about getting your first job, IT?
So for me, I have to thank Ed because I was able to use him as a reference.
Okay.
And so the biggest thing if you're trying to get an IT, all jokes aside, is you definitely want to get experience, right? So whether that is at your church, at your school, or if that's just volunteering at someone's business, right? They want to see that you have some level of experience. And you can't just walk up there and just say, hey, look, you know, I want to be in IT. I think I'm really smart. They look at you like, do you have any experience? And the reason for that is because like you can really screw some stuff up, like if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, because like you said, for the most part, chill job until crap hits the fan. Then
and
they're gonna be looking at you, and you'll be like,
I'll give you a prime example. Okay, so when the pandemic hit and everybody was working from home, and everybody was like at home, work from home, I'm chilling.
Oh, you probably got so many freaking phone calls,
dude. Like my phone rang from like 6 in the morning until like 9 o'clock at night.
That would have gave me so much anxiety.
Like I didn't want to answer my phone. I'm being honest with you. Like no joke, because it was such a shift and like people were not ready for that.
Yeah.
And so, whereas like, you know, most of us in IT, we kind of understand what working from home is. Like other folk, they were clueless. So, you know, like I got to sign into a VPN. I got to connect to a VPN. They're like, well, what's that? And it's a virtual private network. They're like, okay, well, how do I do that? And, you know, things like, well, why is my internet so slow? Because you have a base level package. Okay, well, can you make it faster? No.
Call Cox.
Like you have to call Cox, internet service provider. Well, can you do that for me? No, I can't do that. You know, or, well, I can't print from my home printer. It's COVID. I'm not coming to your house. So
you're going to figure this out.
You got to figure that one out. I mean, I'll try to talk you through it like as best as I can.
Let's get on this Zoom. The what?
Dude. Okay. And it's like, here's like the crazy part. Like, people were doing like strange stuff during like these Zoom meetings. So like they would, I guess, forget that that is a camera that is on. So you might want to put some clothes on.
Did you see that video of the dude like about to take care of himself and he didn't know he was on a Zoom meeting?
No, I did not, and I'm so glad.
They didn't show anything, but everybody was like,
"You got enough for the visual." It's like, log off. Terminate session.
It was like, Paul. Oh my gosh, Paul.
Dude, yeah, like that type of stuff, right? Or they think that they've turned their camera off, and they haven't.
See, these are the perfect times for you guys that are conspiracy theories and think people are looking on you with your tinfoil hats to put to put a piece of tape on your camera now.
That would have been the time to do it.
Yeah.
Do
that just in case you forget the camera's on there.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah, but not because you think our government overlords are coming to take your pennies from out of your piggy bank.
It's not happening. And they got bigger fish to fry. Yeah. So
hopefully it's catfish.
Yeah, none of that swami or that boss or the other stuff that they trying to sell people.
Catfish or bass.
Yeah, man. You know what? I haven't been fishing in a while.
I have not fished in years.
I miss it.
I'm somewhat okay with it.
There's not really anything else to do. You can't really go anywhere, so it's like...
Yeah, you might as well sit on the pond. There's probably less corona there. Unless you bring a 6-pack with you.
This is true. And then you probably have, fish are like, no sir, y'all got corona out there. No, not biting today. But, yeah, so, anyway, like IT and what have you. So, you kind of, the next step from there would be like getting into networking. And so, like, networking is fun, right? Because
when you say networking, do you mean like computer networking?
Yeah, computer networking.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, computer networking, right?
I was about to say networking is so key and essential to anything.
To business, yeah, and especially in IT, like if you're trying to get your feet wet and that kind of thing, you need to go and like find out who are the people who are like hiring for those positions, man. I mean, and be willing to do internships, man. I think that's something that a lot of people like really look over, right? They just kind of want to just go like right into it, right? And internships, man, I've seen internships turn into jobs for people.
That leads me to a question because I feel like I've noticed a shift where there's kind of a thing where people like don't do internships unless it's a paid internship because your time is valuable.
That is the stupidest thing in the world.
Okay, I was wondering where you sit on this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so you don't have anything of value, right? So no one's gonna pay you for not knowing anything, right? Let's be real practical because like sometimes, if we're honest, sometimes we have a really, and I speak this in a very general sense, sometimes we have a really jacked up sense of expectation, right? We feel that we are owed things because we're here, right? And no one's going to pay you $100,000 just coming out of college if you don't have a skill set, that can command that, right? Because here's like the rule that I learned like years ago. If someone is paying you $100,000 a year, their expectation is that you're producing at least $1 million worth of business for them. Okay.
So you getting what was that? 10%?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So when people are making the statements about internships or pointless and I need to get paid for it, I think they're overlooking like the most important piece of building yourself, and that is getting experience.
Okay.
Right?
Is that still even come to the point where some people would just be like, okay, you don't have to pay me like a salary, but can you at least pay me to live?
So I mean, I think that's all in how you negotiate it. Right, and I think it's how you negotiate it, and also, kind of where you are in life, right? If you are, living at home, right, and you don't really have the pressure of bills and what have you, then you maybe should look at, and of course, and also, like looking at like what is this opportunity, right? Like where is this going to take me? Which kind of goes back.
Possibilities could it take you?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes back to like actually having a blueprint and a strategy for your life.
Gotcha.
Right. So, if me taking an internship, say with this, let's say hypothetically speaking, Google was doing like an internship for like 6 months, right? And you like having that on your resume is huge, whether it's paid or not. Right, because these are the guys who are at like the tip of the spear. Like these are the people who are really driving like innovation and like driving and designing how the future of technology is going to look. Right. So
if Google rang my number, I'd do 6 months of eating crow to get a Google paycheck.
Right. Right. Because here's the thing that I've noticed: like guys who leave Google generally go on to start their own companies. And they normally tend to do very well, right? Because sometimes a part of like going to the next level, a lot of it has to do with just being in that environment.
Yeah.
And you can't necessarily put like a price tag on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, you could have gone to LSU, Southern, or Southeastern or whatever and studied music, right? But you went to Full Sail. Why? Because there was a certain energy there, right? You were going to be around some of the most talented, musicians, in the country. And I say that rivaling your Harvards and your Boston Conservatory of Music. You were going to be around guys and gals, who were hungry, who were innovative, who wanted it.
To me, guys have now been all-encompassing word to me. But
gotcha. I just don't want to offend anybody. Because some folk who are like, I identify as, and I just don't want to offend.
That's just my own personal thing. For me, guys, I feel like years ago it turned into not a guy thing. It turned to a guy girl thing, and now at this point, I feel like it should be a guy girl, whatever you identify as.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think it's just an easy term, but I don't know.
People.
But some people don't feel like they're people too. So I don't know. It's weird.
It is. Yeah, I think it's
It's very hard to not offend people, and nobody. I definitely don't want to, but sometimes you'll have me frozen. Like my partner don't completely identify with the female thing, so it's times where I'll stutter trying to say not say she, but it's
her,
difficult.
It's like, yeah. It's
the cogs in my brain start clanking, and
it's like
yeah. So it's like I'm not trying to defend anybody by saying guys. It's just one of those easy terms to just include everybody.
Yeah, so that way no one feels slighted or left out.
Yeah,
because we want to respect everyone's.
We definitely need to pick some terms and
that we can all agree on.
Yeah.
So we don't offend anybody.
Yeah, because I don't want to be labeled as a bigot. I'm not a bigot.
Right.
I'm too lazy to be a bigot. That's too much hate energy, and hate energy is
it's too expensive.
Plus, it's like it takes way more thought patterns to create hate.
Yeah.
than for me to be like neutral or love you.
Yeah. Live and let live, man. Yeah, but so like the whole like it's about sometimes immersing yourself into into that environment that will allow you to really grow, really bloom. And I think sometimes we try to like fast track that process.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it's because I think social media has made us feel like if we're not
microwave people.
Yeah. Like if I'm not, if I'm not pushing, a G-Wagon and getting flued out, you know what I'm saying, or like a balling at like 24 or 25, that I've in some way failed at life, right? And so, I think like society has put way too much pressure on people to grow at a rate that, isn't sustainable.
Yes.
And isn't attainable at certain levels, right? So. I think definitely you have to think experience, right?
Yeah.
And allowing that experience to kind of help shape you. Like Gary Vaynerchuk is like probably hands down one of my favorite. I don't care what mood I'm in. I can listen to him and I'm going to be humbled, insulted, and inspired like all at the same time. Because he talked about how, working at his dad's liquor shop, for 10 years and he didn't make any money, right? But he developed a work ethic. Yeah. He developed hustle and grit and determination, how to be innovative. And like now, he's like, I'm about the Jets, and I believe him, right? But
which I think he said he could have by now. He just is just not right time.
Right. I think he's and he's another one who really knows how to kind of time the market in order to make certain moves. And he talks a lot about self-awareness. Which I think is like one of those things that's really missing from our culture, just in general, right? People aren't very self-aware. They aren't really in touch with who they are, what they really like, what are they really good at. They can't differentiate between like the dreams that they have for themselves and like what their parents think that they should do,
Which, luckily, probably for both of us, we grew up in households that didn't tell us what to do.
This is true, but you better believe in my house, Reverend Dr. Chester James Self had some.
You gotta do something, son.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he had some very clear cut expectations. For that. Definitely gave us some structure, but I appreciate the fact that we didn't feel like we had to be
him or like
and bragging on your dad again. One of the things that I'm saying, look. That's awesome guy.
This is why I keep pushing. Like, he speaks in such high regard of my dad, and this is why I don't know what's in his head that I've been trying to beat out of his head for years. He believes nobody wants to listen to him, but he has touched people in ways that he might have obtained the things that he wanted to attain, but his words or his actions have helped other people's obtain those things, and that's what pissed me off about him.
Listen, your dad kept me from making so many bad decisions. Okay, not just business, but he created an environment for me to be Jamie at a moment and a period of my life when I didn't quite know who Jamie was, and he created that space for me to be me without being judged. It wasn't Jamie, Pastor Self's son, or Jamie Music. It was just I was a kid, and there were I would talk to him about so much, and there are some stories that I will not share on camera, but just know that there were several bad decisions that you kept me from making, and I appreciate you for that. But yeah, he has a lot of wisdom. He really does. He taught me some things in terms of being patient in business and respecting the grind. That it's not going to happen overnight, and just keeping at it. That time that we had, 2-year period, 3-year period, when we were like running the magazine, I put that on my resume, and I didn't make a dime from that. What it was is he gave me an opportunity to grow, and there was leadership skills and understanding how sales work and how marketing works and how event planning, or there are things that I have taken on throughout every phase of my life because of that impartation. But yeah, man, shout out Uncle Aaron.
Yeah,
we definitely gotta get him.
I feel like he just need more people to kick him in the ass to get him to do it, because he's become comfortable.
So,
in a certain way. But before we go off on that tangent, there's something Jamie hit on that I think is important. In American culture, we're so ready to move out of the house.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Stop that again.
It.
Say it again. Say it again for that child who's looking up an apartment right now in Wyoming to get away.
If you're not in an abusive household, stop it.
Stay your home.
Because
them bills is real.
The bills are real. Plus, if those intern opportunities come where they're not paying, and your parents aren't kicking you out the house, or your parent or your living situation is not toxic, stay at your house, stack your chips, take any opportunities you can take. Just because your mom and dad might be annoying, whatever, you did it 17 years before, you can do it for another
5,
2, 3
more
years until you get the job that you want, that you can undeniably take care of yourself and be comfortable without having such stress and anxiety on your brain about how you're gonna pay bills.
Yeah, so because there are a lot of opportunities that people miss because they're thinking, I want to pursue my dream, but I got these bills, and like being able to stay home, because you mentioned about if your living situation isn't toxic, right? And so, like, I think that word, I'm kind of jumping a little bit. I think that word has gotten so overused.
Yeah, it's gotten watered down.
Yeah, it's like, is it toxic, or is it like they just kind of have,
they're on you? Yeah,
about you, doing what you're supposed to do. It's like, oh my God, you're so toxic. Because I told you like to clean up your room, or or because I told you like, okay, like you need to be home like at this time, And I guess in hindsight, being a parent, now, I'm definitely feel a little bit different about that now. But it's just, I think the word toxic is kind of gotten
diluted. But at the same time, if you're being self-aware enough to realize, hey, maybe I should stay my butt at home, eat a little crow, you might be mature enough to understand when your parents are actually being toxic, or you just being a little wuss about it.
Yep. Yep. And I think we have a lot of voices, both young and old, right? Who, like we said earlier, have this kind of jacked up sense of expectation, like I'm owed something, because I'm here or whatever. It's like,
I have no pride.
yeah,
I am 29. If shit won't arrive, I will still live with my parents because I know my parents will make me pay for nothing. And I could lick my wounds and get back to wherever I wanted to be in life.
mm,
If you have parents like that, that is God's send.
for real.
It is a blessing.
Yeah.
Take advantage of it. Not many people get those type of advantages, and if you have the advantage, this is your privilege.
Yeah.
Use
wow.
your privilege.
Yeah. Wow. That's another one that we don't really think about, right? Like just the privilege of being in a two-parent. Like it's weird, dude, because like
even if you're coming from a one-parent household and your mom or your dad wants you to stay with them,
at least through college.
Yeah, I mean, unless like if you got a scholarship to out of town, then I kind of understand. But it's still, you still have to weigh your options.
Right.
Stay at home, go to college. Mm-hmm. If it's a full ride, then maybe you might want to go do that Necro, or maybe stay local. Yeah. Not pay much bills, but at the same time, maybe you can spend more time focused on the passion.
Yeah, and really taking that time to hone it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was reading that it said it normally takes about 10 years, like to really develop like expertise, like in the area. What are your thoughts on that?
That means I got about 3 more and I'm golden.
Hey man, I'm curious. What are your thoughts on that? Like, do you like yeah? Is it like nay? Because I've heard some people say that it's not so much the years, but like how much time you actually spend in it. Because you can spend 10 years, doing nothing, or 10 years being mediocre, I guess, right?
I think it really is. It's where your brain at.
Okay.
Because if you, like you said, you can spend 10 years, or you can spend 10 million hours doing the same thing,
mm-hmm.
but if you're doing the same thing, you're not trying to add different things onto it to make yourself better, then you just been doing the same thing for 10 years, 10 million hours. You haven't gotten no better. You just really good, or probably really fast at doing what you were doing.
Wow. So, like, how important is it, like, do you think, like, to be innovative in business, right? And to constantly thinking of, like, new and, like, the next thing.
It's funny because my mom tells me, "You're never happy." I'm like,
it's not that you're never happy.
It's not that I'm never happy.
It's just you're.
I'm just I don't know. I'm just never satisfied. I don't know what proper terms to put it in. Is like, well, can I do better?
Yeah.
Can I get more?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious, really.
Yeah.
It's like if I see the glass is empty, I mean, well, I still might try to figure out a way to make that glass get full again.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if all my funds are depleted, and then all my funds are depleted, I can accept that. But, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the reason why I ask is that I'm starting to see, like being innovative in business as not just innovating the business, but also, like reinventing and being innovative, like yourself, like as a person, like evolving.
Yeah, because for me in particular, I'm my brand. This is why Corona hit, and you guys are getting this type of content. Because I was like, well, I was pissed off for like 24 to 48 hours, and then my brain shifted. Like, well, you have to do something different now.
Yeah.
It is impertinent. You do not know how long this is going to last.
Wow.
If you guys notice, you can go back to when they start talking about Corona.
Yep.
And they shut stuff down. Probably 2 days later or so, I started doing different stuff.
Wow.
Because I have pride in different things. I'm working on it mentally to break down those walls. I had way more pride on what I was not and was going to do when I first started this business.
Wow.
Now, because you can only work I was working 80 hours a week.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
It's only so many hours in the week that you can work and be like, man, I'm producing better products, but I'm not selling as much as I'm working.
Mm.
So you have to be like, okay, well, it's not the product. Everybody's giving me good reviews on the product. You have to be open-minded enough to be like, what outside of the product is not working?
Wow. And I think that's a side of business that people don't really talk about or really or maybe think about, right? They think I got a dope project, okay, and everybody's just gonna buy. And what do you do when it's like you've posted that on Facebook and you got 2 clicks?
Yeah.
And one of them was you and the other one was your mama.
I tell people this. I am not the best artist, but I said it doesn't matter. You don't have to be the best artist. You just have to be the best at marketing. I can have crap art, but if I can market better than you, I'm gonna make more money than you.
Like, dude, like Supreme sells a brick that just dude, like I started like looking at some of this stuff, right? Like, and to me, like, no, this is Supreme because they may want to sponsor. All right, so
we're not crapping on you.
We just this is an objective. we're trying to be objective about this.
We're teaching people, young minds and old.
So we'll say, like, we want to shout you guys out for being able to sell a brick for $150 with Supreme on it.
I can't knock them, cause please give me the blueprint.
Like, really though,
if I can sell Lazy Nerds bricks and you guys wanted it, I would make it happen. I can't fathom in my head how I can make somebody want to buy a brick with Lazy Nerds on it.
I think you should test it out. No, I'm serious. I think you should go to Home Depot. Seriously. And, like, get, like, a sticker. Put Lazy Nerd on it. And just see. What do you have to lose?
Nothing. So
I'll tell you what. I'll buy 2. Now, I ain't going to buy 2 at $150, you know. But I'll buy 2 bricks.
But Jamie's not wrong. Because in some reason, in my head, I just started doing sweaters and hoodies and stuff. I will go to these cons. I know people have limited funds at these cons. And I'm like, well, from doing this, I've noticed only people have enough money to buy a t-shirt. So I'm not about to spend extra money on hoodies and sweaters and stuff because my clientele that mess with me can't afford it. One day, I was like, I'll have a couple.
Okay.
And now I started doing hoodies and sweaters.
Because I noticed, like, like my oldest daughter does this, right? Like, so telling my age, right? Like, she walks around with like a hoodie all day, and I'm like, it's like 100 degrees outside. I'm like, you're gonna burn up. But I noticed, like, kids do that.
Your daughter is the reason why I sell hoodies and sweaters. Because there's hoodie and sweater people that do not give any F's.
0.
What season it is, I wear my hoodie. For those beanie people, I wear my beanie, hat, whatever it is.
You're right.
You have that clientele will wear that nonstop. Feel like I'm Trump right now with my hands.
It's gonna be the best you ever seen. We'll do it bigly.
But yeah, those people will rock that no matter what time of year it is. That's why people be like, you have hoodies in the summer? Yes, because this little girl, that's a teenager that loves this character on this hoodie, do not care. She will go to class with this hoodie on. It's probably freezing in class, and it was a perfect fit for her.
So I like literally had to say, Kamari, like, let me at least just throw it in the washing machine, kid. You have like 4, but she had like these.
She has the favorite one though.
Right. That she just, and I'm just like, maybe some fat, but I'm just like. I'm not looking at you, baby. Like,
I'm not fat, and I still look at some people like, bro, take that hoodie off.
I mean, it's like they got. I'm like, dude, like, where you going? Like Arctic Circle or something?
Especially those beanie people. I'd be like, bro, and that hair.
How?
I don't know how you do it.
Like, you sweating down. Like, this is, and then get to like, I get it that's like a Cali thing, right? But I'm like, this is South Louisiana. Like, we are like 2 steps from hell. Like, you can't, like, are you for real? I don't know. Maybe because I'm old. I don't know.
With that being said, though, it's definitely one of those things you don't know until you try.
Yeah, I mean, I put on a hoodie in the winter, and I'm like,
I wanted to wear a hoodie today. And I walked out. It was freezing in the house. I walked outside, and the weather said surprise. It's actually hot out here.
Gotcha.
The house will be warming up soon. You just have good insulation.
Just wait. It's coming. Yeah. So yeah, man. So I'm so man, it's like, what do you think's next? Not for you, but just like, you know,
The economy?
yeah,
I have no clue. I'm just gonna rock this and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do these videos.
yeah.
I hope that these videos inspires people to try to do their dreams and their passion. That's why I'm happy that I'm getting so many different guests of so many different spectrums of different
Yeah.
careers to show, especially our people.
Yeah, bro.
Because one, we've even been shown that our sports can be taken away from us. So
Yeah, that Rona was like shutting down stadiums, man.
so we can't even be as a people be like, yeah, I'm gonna be a pro ball player. That can be snatched from you too, bro.
For real. And you would be on your couch doing this with your football.
Yeah. But
imagining.
for those smart enough, like my god brother Jamie, that can do IT work, your stock went up doing this virus.
Oh, it did. Please believe me. Yeah, it did. It did, because there was such a, the need for it.
Mm-hmm.
But it also forced me to really double down and really study just how much like IT is kind of leading
The industry.
Yeah, especially now, because people are so much more dependent on it now. It was like what we would call a forced migration.
Mm-hmm.
It was, people were still doing things, making copies, and people still do that now to some extent. But now, it's, well, there is no, we're gonna sit down and have a face-to-face meeting. Now it's
Zoom call.
You have to do a Zoom call, and having to be prepared for that. And so some people have made that transition. Some people are struggling with it. But I think 2020 has been like evolve or die.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, if you can drop your pride,
Yeah, man.
no matter, for the most part, no matter what you do, if you're a business owner, I feel like you can survive.
Yeah.
It might get rough. If it wasn't for like the government bailing small businesses out, I probably would have a 9 to 5. But since they decided to help out, one, you also have to drop your pride and actually take the government assistance.
Yeah.
Cause
and then you should have to be wise in terms of how you spend it, right? Because
Yeah,
you could get it and blow it, right?
Yeah, I got it. We have cameras. We have a new laptop to run all this stuff. You guys are getting the content. I hope you enjoy the content. I hope it inspires you to do things that you didn't think you could do, because you might have thought you've been locked into a way of thinking to not bet on yourself. And that is the point of all these lazy talks, to teach you that show you that other people, and especially other people that share a similar faith than you, are out here grinding, doing it themselves, and you could do it too.
Yeah, man, I gotta give you props, but you made being a nerd cool again.
Right now, I'm about to start turning lazy into a positive into a negative, from a negative.
Yeah, but I saw, because you saw it, it's about being efficient, right? But then you have the nerds who's like, don't get it twisted. I'm smart. I'm not just gonna sit here and work as hard as everyone else is.
Oh no, definitely. I've gotten this podcast down, which I'm still gonna fine tune it to a point where when we first started, we had to do some editing stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm now getting it to the point where once we're done, all I gotta do is upload this, y'all. That's me. That's laziness to me. I'm going to be as efficient as possible, so that way I don't have to do it twice, 3 times. I don't have to do it again at all unless I'm teaching somebody, and then that's different.
Yeah, man. Once it's over, man, I want to talk about the Lazy Nerd brand. We don't want to give away I won't give away no strategies, But
I've been pretty upfront about my folks, because even last month we did Ask Lazy Nerds questions.
Yeah.
We did that live stream. We had 10 people on. They asked me about starting a t-shirt brand. So I think we due for a new one. We gotta figure out the date. So I'm pretty open with my people, because as you mentioned Gary Vaynerchuk, he's like, as long as you creating value for people and giving it out for free, people are gonna support you no matter what, just because you brought value to them.
Gotcha.
So I am not a gatekeeper at all. I don't care if you want to start a t-shirt company and you do better than me. It's whatever.
Just know where you got it from first.
Mm-hmm. Just give me a shout out, bro.
I'm with it.
Shit, did we even like? I don't know.
We'll do a part 2.
Part 2.
We'll do a part 2. This was us more so like catching up, right? Because it's been kind of, hey, what's up? Yeah, good, you're live, awesome, yeah. So need done, cool, got it. Yeah, pick it up, cool. Did I pay you? Yes, good.
And the part 2 would probably be more the same. Because like I said, for me, I want everybody to be human out here.
Yeah.
It's just not really a very structured thing. I don't have notes. That's not me. That's not me authentic to have notes. So it's like, man, for us, we're family.
Yeah.
For anybody else, I'm really just meeting a new person. Yeah. So if we can just like, vibe, and then still talk about, how we got into this and help somebody else out. Cool. That's how I want these to go.
I got you.
So these are not super structured, because I am not a school person. So if you want anything like a school type thing for me, you won't get it. You're just gonna get chill.
Yeah.
Chill, nonchalant conversation and hopefully make you laugh, bro, and learn something.
Yeah.
We just here for a good time, not a long time. I can't say it's mine. It's definitely stolen, but you're more than welcome to use it too.
It was like somebody that's dope. Use that. No, I ain't long. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. But man, listen, I have enjoyed myself.
I'm glad.
I am honored that you would have me on here.
Sure, anytime.
So we definitely got to do this again.
And with the tangents that we went on, I feel like we can start our own show.
Dude,
if you got it in your schedule, I got it in mine.
There it is. All right. Man, yeah, I don't have a moniker though. Yeah, you're lazy nerd. I'm just, I don't know.
Man, you the brand. That's all you have to be. You don't have to be a moniker. You are the moniker. Yes, we're all our own brands, guys. And the closer you can figure that out, the better we all be doing. You are a walking brand. You are a walking, what do you call it, billboard. Find a way to monetize that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off camera.
But once again, guys, this is another episode of Lazy Talks with. This time was IT guy. This man wears tons of hats, so if we're not starting our own podcast, we'll have him on to wear another hat too.
That's why we can.
Yeah, I'm down.
I definitely think we need to do that.
But all right, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. Please do the liking and the sharing and the blah blah blah. Do the stuff to help us out. Don't be lazy. Do what I ask you to do.
Yeah. You can even do it like laying down. Like and share.
Let me do the laziness for you guys. I got it. I'm pro at it.
I think I need some more shirts like this.
We're going to have some more side combo. You guys be good to each other. Have fun.